Offense. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Eason. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
The score, Titans 28, Cardinals 7. Greg Joseph, 7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. To a hit, and the ball is out. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Jackson. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And now look at him go. Past the 20, 10. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this 2nd quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Well, how about that for an exciting end to the half? I mean, instead of surrendering a late field goal at the gun, they run back the block kick to extend their lead.
What's that old expression? Fortune favors the bold. They boldly went after it, got it. Worked out pretty darn well for them.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick, and obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there.
From the gun, Eason. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
56. Mike's 56. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason, and he finds Cook. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down converted. Coleman now. Coleman, the 1st down and a little extra. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
He's brought down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. first down. Drake. Room to run again. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the give, this is Drake. And shoving his way inside the 35. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play that time for the Titans. 41 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 7.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd down. Here's Eason. He'll drop this down to Coleman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Eason. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
There they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. It's Coleman here. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tevin Coleman. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Titans 35, Cardinals 21.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got the two-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Right back to Drake. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, Drake. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. That's going to set him back 5 yards. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. This time, Tua's going to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, Jackson. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. There was a point in time in this game where we didn't know if they were going to have a shot to make this comeback, but they've gotten right back in this ball game, Charles. Pretty impressive.
Almost felt like their biorhythms were off to start this game, but they've come together pretty well now. And now you're seeing the team we expected to see. Both sides of the ball putting it together, and now they're making their moves. Kind of like what they've seen, what we've seen.
It's a 4-quarter game, right?
Without a doubt. And I know cliches all the time. That cliche is really apt.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Yeah, he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And it's caught. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jordan Brooks with it. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Cardinals 34. Greg Joseph set to kick off.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Down to an E goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for Tennessee, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.
I ball like